we chatted with one of the biggest India strategists at CLSA who's betting big on financials despite valuation concerns in the NBFC space. He believes that we will only see upside from here on this particular sector. Says HFCs are key beneficiaries of the housing market revival. Here's Mahesh Nandurkar from CLSA.
From a 3-year point of view, within the banking and financial space, where do we see attractive valuations? That's clearly on the corporate bank side. There have been concerns on NPL to a large extent. Those have played out. So if you'll ask me from a long-term perspective, yes, it makes a lot of sense to look at the corporate banks, both on the private side and maybe the top-tier PSU side as well. Within the banks and financial space, what we really like, is now the retail-oriented banks. Also, the fact that the bond yields have corrected quite a lot by almost 60-70 basis points. That also makes the NBFC segment, more interesting now. We have, liked in the past and continue to like even today, the housing finance companies space quite a lot because we feel that the housing market is at its bottom and the only way it can move from here is on the upside, and the housing finance companies will be one of the key beneficiaries. So yeah, so in the financial space, I would go with some of the high quality NBFCs, specifically on the housing side and the private retail banks.
Mahesh, in such a scenario wherein there are domestic uncertainties, globally you don't know, every morning you're waking up and checking Donald Trump's Twitter account for his latest message out to the world. What is it that you do? What are the safest hiding spaces? Is IT a sector that you should hide in? Typical defensive at it maybe? Should you look at pharma? What is it that you do?
So as I said, so one theme that we are super bullish on, is the housing recovery space. So that actually includes property developers, housing finance companies, cement, the other building materials, excluding cement as well, like the likes of pipe, the construction pipes, and some of the household product companies, which are into the basic segment, like the fans and the lighting, etc. So this whole bunch of sectors, which are related to housing construction or that kind of thing is what we really like. The second interesting theme is also on the rural side. We have seen a significant stress on that part of the economy for the last 3-4 years. We've had good first good monsoon. Hopefully the initial indicators that the next year or this year now would also be good. As I mentioned before, I am firmly certain that we are looking at least a 15% increase in the rice paddy MSP in a few months time. So I would say the rural consumption story looks pretty attractive to us, so we are overweight on the staples as well. And I hear Nikunja's point earlier on the valuations, but I think that's still a space which can give you visibility on growth. Select infrastructure segment like roads is where once again we have seen reasonably a good order like booking last year. This year should be no exception.